have Bookmail to be opening with you. Some of the pre-orders I got carried away with. I've got my crochet to show you. Progress is being made. Hello! And welcome to another weekend reading vlog with me, Joanna, me and my dog and books. This weekend mum's over. I'm going to take her out and about. Might go to a bit of hobbycraft. I need to take a book back to Waterstones because if you saw my last vlog, I bought a doubler, my pre-orders, and we'll do the charity shops, and I've got Bookmail! Some unboxing with me. So let's have a tutor. I'm trying to be really good because I'm skint. Still paying for the fence and the legs. So yes, that's my weekend. So come along with us, enjoy, and we've got a lovely cameo from my mum. So much to tell you, pals. The little Patty, me and Patty came downstairs because she's been having a coughing fit. She has these wee coughs, so she does take like half a steroid a day for it. It's the only thing that seems to keep it at bay, don't you? But it's kind of increased. They've done tests over the years and stuff like that, so I don't know if it gets worse during like kind of summer months or whatever. It's really hard. There's nothing major, but a little steroid tablet, normally half every other day works, but had to up it a wee bit to try and help, because it's like, see if you have ever known cats, it's like a cat coughing up her fur ball, except she doesn't cough anything up. TMI, sorry. Anyway, so we've come downstairs, haven't we? So as not to wake everybody else up. So much charity shop fun. Got my mum on a bus. It's first time since her first stroke. She's a bit nervous because she doesn't feel steady on her feet, but she managed it. We got the wee bus home, and I got 3 books to show you. I got some charity shop things. Mum treated me to a new wee cardigan that I liked, didn't she? And I'm currently reading Made for You by Jenna Satterthwaite. I can never say that properly. I'm actually really enjoying it. It's like 2 timelines, the now and then, so the past. So she's a synth. She's been specifically made as almost like perfect match for the guy Josh, who is the lead guy in the the reality TV show The Proposal, effectively The Bachelor, right? So we're watching her in the show and that kind of thing happening, and then now where her husband's gone missing, presumed dead. Yeah, it's presumed, because I don't think we don't have a body a week off, and she's kind of like a prime suspect. I'm just whizzing through this. I'm really enjoying it. Short chapters and liking the way it's written, and this on like cover of all covers. So loving this. Wait till you see, friends, wait till you see. Look at the progress. I'm so chuffed. I'm going to decide, so my friend who's been teaching me, sorry I'm holding you as opposed to having you on a stand. Oh, my friend that's been teaching me, hold on, I'll put it down here and I'll show you. My friend that's been teaching me was saying, like, just keep doing a granny square and turn it into a blanket. So this is where I've got, I mean, I've messed up the middle a wee bit, but I can see how and why, and I'm getting more like confident on going round and round. This is the ball of wool yarn that I'm using from Hobbycraft, so it's got all different colours, and I'm so proud of myself. It's the biggest thing I've ever made so far, and it's the first time I've gone off of the practice yarn, which I just kept doing and undoing. So I'll be doing a bit of this later, and I've got book post to talk to you about. Second-hand books my friend sent me, and what else have I got? Oh, I need to show you my new cardigan, but I'll catch you later. Oh, hey pals, checking in again after I took my mum home, and then we spent the afternoon over. Oh, my throat's sore, but then I've just woken up from a nap. I'm in a sleep. We were over at my mum's and my wee sister's, staying for pizza and stuff, because it was my nephew's 18th this weekend. Anyway, oh, I'm absolutely wiped. I've been having a real meh day. I don't know what it is. I think I've been feeling overstimulated, a bit overwhelmed. Mum's been over, so that's been nice, but it's taken up all, like, that's what I've been busy with this weekend. And sometimes I think when I get a bit like overwhelmed, like my patience is low, my irritability is high, and also because, well, it's the 20th of April, and today's a year since one of my lovely friends passed away. She would have been 77 this year, so she was one of our book group members. We've had our book group for 20 years now. She died last year, just all of a sudden, and yeah, it's a year since then. But in celebration of our lovely friend, when we met at book group, earlier this month, we've all decided to reread the first book she picked for book group years ago. And I'm very excited because, so I might start it tonight. I used to have it and I think I've given it away like not that long ago when I did a big unhauling of books. And it's Chocolat by Joanne Harris. And I remember reading this back in the day, and it's not normally my kind of book, but I absolutely loved it. So I'm going to download it on my Kindle and reread it. I'll probably, excuse me, sorry, and probably start it tonight. But on to slightly lovelier things as well. I have Bookmail to be opening with you. So the first one, I think I know what it is because it has, I'll try and show you, it has this one. It says, can you answer the killer question? So, see what it is. Lovely packaged. Ah. Oh. Oh. It says, hello. You see this? Hello. Come in. Welcome to The Case is Altered, a charming country pub down a little lane off the A416. As you can see from the poster, your hospitable landlords Sue and Mal Eastwood are delighted to welcome you in for a drink, especially on Monday nights, where you can take part in the weekly pub quiz. You're what? A book blogger? Ah, I've heard about them and how their passion for books is like blood pumping through veins of the literary world. Sends a shiver down the spine, doesn't it? The mere mention of blood. Sit yourself down and get comfy. Are you all right here by the fire? Sorry, it's not lit. Only The Case is Altered hasn't been open much these days. You can see down a dark, damp and near derelict. It is. Well, it's been like this for 5 years. Why? That's a long story, full of unexpected twists and curious turns. It'll make a fabulous true crime documentary one day. What's that you've found blowing around the deserted bar? Show me. And it's this here. And it says, a big warm welcome to my 6th crime novel, The Killer Question, out on the 4th of September. A murder mystery set in the world of pub quizzing. Sue and Mal have reserved the failing fortunes of The Case is Altered in the 2 years since their tenure began. But when a new team walks away with the weekly pub quiz with top marks every week, I'll try and edit out all the yawns. They're as suspicious as their loyal regulars. Quizmaster Mal vows to discover whether the Shadow Knights really are brilliant quizzers or just brilliant cheats. And he can't help wondering if there's a link between the new team and the body found in the nearby river. So this is a new book by Janice Hallett. So our last book, which I haven't read yet, so I'm very excited, is The Examiner. And that was the book that came before. So we've got The Appeal. And then The Twyford Code. The Mysterious Case of the Alperton Angels. The Christmas Appeal, which I read last year as well. And The Killer Question, which is this is the proof. The sudden death round will be murder. Look at that. Look at this proof. This is awesome. I love the fact it's good. It says pub quiz, £1 per person, cash only, teams up to 6 adults, mobile phones must be switched off. The winning team will also take home the pot minus £10. The quizmaster's decision is final. Cheats will be murdered. Oh, so this comes out in September. Does it have an exact date? It doesn't yet. So as well as having the Examiner with it, it's got like a pub quiz, a pub map, a tumbler, packet of scampi fries and a pen for the pub quiz. How cool is that? Oh, this is an awesome book box. Oh, I love this. I wonder if I can make scampi fries. Oh, if you don't know, I'm vegan. That's got milk in it. I'm sure someday I'll give this to somebody. So how cool is that? Oh my god. The killer question. Is it question? Patty's coming up to see what's happening. Oh, you coming to see the scampi fries? I think I might have a taker for the scampi fries. So that was that one. Oh, and that's thanks to Viper, who are the publishers. So thank you very much. I'm so excited by this. Do not touch these things. This is mine. Mine, mine, mine. So that's that. So, oh, Batty, batty, batty. Batty, batty, batty. Batty, batty, batty. Batty, batty, batty. Whoa. Calm down. Calm down. Oh, you know when your mummy's feeling blah, don't you? Well, how can I feel blah when I get Bookmail? How can I feel blah? Ah! Ah! And then this one is from Cornerstone, which is an imprint of Penguin Random House. I feel able to reuse these boxes as well. She's going crazy. She's going crazy below me. Wriggling about, you wee wriggle monster. Oh, bear with, friends, I'm very slow. Bear with. This is, how do we open it? There we go. What are you looking at? It's not something for you. Oh, this is very stuck. Try not to bust it, so, oh. Oh man. This one. It's We Are Not Numbers by Ahmed, Alnaouq and Pam Bailey. Pam Bailey. The Voices of Gaza's Youth. You hear that? Seagulls. It's set, oh look, back. It says, We Are Not Numbers. Impossible to put down or forget. This book is a jailbreak and a miracle. It says, a teenage girl stares at her roof hoping... A teenage girl stares at her roof hoping it won't collapse over her head. A young student searches the internet for photos of libraries around the world, hoping he'll be able to visit them one day. Another... If you can hear squeaking noises, the other half is cleaning his bike outside. Another walks around the city taking notes of all the buildings she dreams of repairing. These are the stories of the young people from Gaza, born under Israeli occupation and blockade. They are people who have endured unspeakable troubles and losses, who keep fighting to be recognised not as numbers but as human beings with hopes and dreams and lives worth living. We Are Not Numbers was founded in 2014 to give the voice to the youth of Gaza. In this collection, spanning over 10 years to the present moment, we gain an unparalleled insight into the past as well as the current and the next generation of Palestinian leaders, artists, scientists, scholars. This book, vital, urgent and full of heart, helps us to imagine where we might go from here. Well, this sounds amazing. And like there's loads of blurbs at the back. So that, oh, honestly this looks lovely. Naked cover as well. And so this is I don't know how many is in here altogether. An anthology. There's quite a few in the across each of the chapters from different young people. Oh, and it dates it as well, so it's got it from, I don't know if you can see this, from like 2014, 2015 up until 2025? 2023 to present. Wow. I look forward to reading that. Oh, that's going to be a hard read. So it is. I like the cover as well. So that is 2 great, amazing book mails I've received, and I did get something from the library. Not the library, from the charity shops. And then here's the 2 books I got from the charity shop. This one was £1. What an absolute bargain. I'll read this to you. I'm just taking a sticky note off it. It says, women don't owe you pretty, but also can we just adore the cover here? Yes, yes, yes. It says, the game-changing book that every woman needs. Women Don't Owe You Pretty is the ultimate book for anyone who wants to challenge the outdated narrative supplied to us by the patriarchy. It will teach you how to protect your energy, tell you that you are the love of your own life, and that today is a wonderful day to dump them. Florence Given is here to remind me you don't owe men nothing, least of all pretty. So this has been out for, oh look, oh there's something in this. Oh, someone's ASOS return label. But like, there's loads of like the what do you say, that like the style of it. So £1, absolute bargain. And then, although, right, I'm also picking off the stickies. So this one you might have seen in the charity shop I picked up. Now, I'm not going to lie. I read one of this author's books and did not enjoy. But I've seen a few of my book buddies, Michaela included, and a few others who have read this and really enjoyed it. Is the suspense killing you while I pick off the stickies? Sorry, I don't know why I have to do that. And it is Redemption by Jack Jordan. And it says, he killed her son, now she's out for revenge. Aaron has just been released from jail after causing the death of a boy in a hit and run. Now a free man, all he wants to do is leave his troubled past behind him. Evelyn, consumed by grief and rage, has been counting down the days until this moment. After 11 long years, she is finally able to exact the revenge of her late son. Tobias knows that what his wife is planning, and they embark on a breathless pursuit across the Nevada desert. He is determined to do everything he can to save her from herself, even if it means protecting the man who killed her son. So it sounds like a really interesting premise. The one that I read before, I wonder if it's in this one, I didn't like. I think it was like Do No Harm or something. Yeah, Do No Harm, I read, did not enjoy. I don't know, it just felt really far-fetched for me. But I've seen a few people that I trust and respect of thrillers talk about this one. I'm so sorry, folks. Could I yawn my way through it? It's been a while since I've had a yawnathon during my vlogs, isn't it? Maybe, and I'll stop tidying up. I'm like, oh my god, I'm having one of those days. I'm literally sitting at my coffee table and I saw dust and had to... Anyway, it's been blurbed by Chris Whitaker. And how do I recognise the name Graham Bartlett? Guys, do you know? Look at these two. Chilling like villains as the sun comes in. I don't think the sun's going to be here tomorrow, but we'll see. So yes, 2 new books to add. Did I need any? No. But actually quite really... Oh. I'll not read this out loud, but look. Ooh. True story though. So yes, let me know if you've read any of them. Also let me know if you've read any Jack Jordan's, because maybe Do No Harm was... And I'll stop this now. Do No Harm was like... Or maybe you loved Do No Harm and it was just me. It just felt really far-fetched. Oh no. Anyways, I'll stop tidying up around you. I've just realised I've just ripped a bit of my book cover there. Oh. It'll teach me to have so many books lying around unread. And I had pizzas at my nephew's and my mum's. I'm not really hungry. We've got leftovers from dinner last night, so I might have a wee bit of picky tea and that's about it. I think I'm going to get my jammies on. I'm absolutely wiped. Love my mum to bits. But having someone with you all weekend's quite tiring, isn't it? Says me, I'm not used to having to, like, I'm just normally in the house myself with the other half. Very low levels of commitment in this house, apart from the doggos, eh? Absolutely sparkling. You like that, don't you, cat pancakes? Look, it's sticky in your beard. God knows. Oh, get that out. Don't like that, is it? I might get a wee brush on you. Give you a wee bath. Anyway, let me catch up with you later because I've got my crochet to show you. Progress is being made, as you can see, from earlier on. And, oh my hair. And I'm just like a half-shut knife today. I'm a half-shut knife. Patty, you've got stuff sticking all over you. Oh dear. I don't know what she's been up to. What have you been up to? Has Lucy been dribbling on you? That's what it's like. It's like good dribbles. Anyways, I'll stop nattering, and either have a wee read or go for a nap. I think the latter might be required again. Hello. As you can tell, I've clearly not spoken that much. As you can tell, I'm about to go for a run, right? It's a bank holiday Monday, and my mental health is still a wee bit ropey this weekend. Don't know what's happened. I think it's a mix of what's happening in the news recently. UK Supreme Court ruling last week, which, anyway, caring for a loved one is hard, and obviously an anniversary of my friend's passing yesterday, so there's a lot going on in my head. So I've decided to go out for a run. Like David said, he's like, why don't you just run like Forrest Gump, just keep running. I'm not that athletic, but I'm going to go and run until I finish William, an audiobook, and thankfully I've only got about 40 minutes left and it's novella, so it's not like a non-stop run forever. Also, I'm about to run. Look at these curls, like. Right guys, I'm late to the party. I'm not very good at hair and beauty and all that stuff, as you can probably tell if you've ever watched any of my videos. But heatless curls. I did it using I saw a TikTok video, right? I'll maybe put it in my description in case anyone's interested, right? And I used the person in this video, like you can buy these things, right? Maybe they're better, but I don't know. Anyways, I used a dressing gown belt and literally took me like 5 minutes before I went to bed. I woke up and it gave me curls. I am here for any hair, hassle-free hair stuff. And yeah, although it will disappear in T-minus 30 minutes because I'm about to go for a run and then it's going to rain and then I need to obviously shower, have a bath. So come with me and then I'll let you know what I think of William, which is creepy, but I'm kind of enjoying the distraction. Well friends, I did run. I went for a long run and I finished William. I've also got 2 other books to tell you about. So I've got a wee cup of tea. So I have, another day I burnt the top of my mouth. I think I ate my lunch when it was too hot or something like that. And now every time I go to like first start drinking a cup of tea, which is a lot of times because it's my main drink other than water, it burns. Anyway, first world problems. William. So this is a little horror novella and I don't want to say too much about it because it is so short, but it is about a couple called Lily and Henry, and they live in this house. Both of them are techie people in that like worked in robotics, and Lily's suddenly sold off her tech company, and Henry in their home has built this kind of robot called William, and William starts to get fixated on Lily, and so her husband Henry, who created William, seems to start losing control. That's all you need to know. It's very eerie. It's not gory in any way. I would say it's a very good horror that my jaw dropped. And so there are twists, really good twists in this. And I'm trying to say, it's not that I don't like it, I'm just trying to say things that won't like spoil it. Do you know, in a world where we're currently grappling with like AI and thought of robots or artificial intelligence, I think this is a really clever take on that. You do get haunted house vibes because of the house that they both live in, and where there's lots of like technical advancements, and he has other sort of robots that he has built in the house. Lily, also to add to complexity, is pregnant and about to have a child, so there's that premise. When we're talking about a story where William, the man-made person, is becoming obsessed and a wee bit evil. Also, can we just adore this cover? Can we just adore this cover? Lucy clearly is trying to get onto the seat opposite me, and so I'm having to move everything. Lucy, just like to get in and amongst stuff, don't you? I also finished, I'll stick with horror first before I get on to non-fiction. I also finished Eric LaRocca's At Dark I Become Loathsome. Now, I've read quite a few Eric LaRocca books. I've read, there's a bookmark that's got some of them on. There, because I got this in my horror book subscription. I've read The Things Have Gotten Worse Since We Last Spoke, that one there. And Everything the Darkness Eats. The trees grew because I bled there, right? This is a buddy read this, right? And I swear this has got to be the second weekend in a row where I've read a really, really, really disturbing book. This is probably the next most disturbing after The Girl Next Door by Jack Ketchum. It's absolutely brutal. So we follow, why can I never remember main characters' names? Right, so we follow Ashley. And we discover that Ashley is dealing significantly with grief and loss. His wife has died and his son is missing, presumed dead. Yeah, his son disappeared. He tries to start, well, he creeps about on the internet and he wants to offer, in his mind, he wants to offer almost like relief and respite for those who are looking to take their own life. So he kind of creates what he calls this ritual, right? And as he's struggling to, like, he's just in this all-consuming grief, as you can imagine, right? And one night, I'm just reading this bit there because I don't want to like spoiler it. One night, Ashley connects with Jinx, who spins a tale both revolting and fascinating. This begins a relationship that traps the men in a tightening spiral of painful revelations, where long-hidden secrets are dragged kicking and screaming into the light. So this is where they start to exchange, and especially Ashley starts to exchange stories about how he's tried to help people with their grief, or help them die. But there's stories in this that are exchanged that I will never forget, were utterly disturbing. There's a story between a married couple and I can't remember which one, but there's one husband who is kind of caring for his other husband, for his husband, who's not well with cancer, and there's this really toxic relationship happens between them.
And then there's this other woman who's been grieving the loss of her daughter for years, and she just wants a reason to feel alive again. And then there's like really graphic sex scenes in this that I really struggled with, and a level of darkness that part of me was in awe and the other part of me was utterly disturbed and wanted it to stop. But yet in the same instance, Eric LaRocca writes so poetically, but at a level disturbing that is absolutely not for everyone. I mean, even some of the blurbs, it says a genuinely disturbing, genuinely disturbing novel that honours the tie-bounding grief and our darkest impulses. LaRocca is a master navigator of the beautiful and the grotesque. It's the only way. Terror, humour, humanity, lust, loss. At dark, everything comes out. And Eric LaRocca is afraid of nothing. These blurbs at the back pretty much sum up the level, but I can't even go into great depth about how disturbing some of the stuff that happened in this book was, so I'm just going to leave it there. I don't even know how I'm going to rate it. I've not even written my Goodreads review, my story graph, so that's going to sit with me for a while. On a slightly lighter note, well, kinda, because it's non-fiction, I read Strong Female Character by Fern Brady. Can we just love this cover? I absolutely adore this cover. So Fern Brady is a Scottish comedian, and this is her story of growing up with challenging emotions and behaviours because she wasn't diagnosed with autism until she was a much older adult. And she talks about her struggles with all of that, but in a kind of comedic way. She's also Scottish, so there's quite a few, well, certainly because I listened to a lot of it on audio on her. She's from, oh my god, she's from Bathgate, which is just like kind of between Glasgow and Edinburgh, so she's got a nice accent. And it's blurbed by the other Scottish comedian Frankie Boyle. It says, "An absolute riot. I'm literally going to read it again once I've finished. And I'm a miserable bastard. It's a belter." And that's because she's talking about really like challenging stuff in her life. In the back it says, "A summary of my book. 1. I'm diagnosed with autism, 20 years after telling the doctor I had it. 2. My terrible Catholic childhood. 3. My friendship with an elderly man who runs a corner shop and is definitely not trying to groom me. 4. Homelessness. 5. Stripping. 6. More stripping with more nervous breakdowns. 7. I hate everyone at Edinburgh Uni, etc. 8. Redacted is too spicy. 9. After everyone tells me I don't look autistic, I try to cure my autism by getting addicted to Xanax. 10. Redacted is too embarrassing." So that gives you the kind of like, there's quite a lot of like really challenging topics with regards to dealing with autism, being undiagnosed for so long, homelessness, family relationships, but she does it in such a comedic way. I mean, I really enjoyed this. So apparently, I think she was a writer, or she did a mix of things. She did a lot of stripping when she was at uni. She studied loads of languages, so she because, well, she kind of states like with regards to her autism, she would get really obsessed by certain topics, whereas some people call them special interests, and language was hers. So I think she studied like Arabic or loads of different languages at school and at uni, and just kind of moved on to the next thing, and then got into writing. And then I think the reason she got into comedy is she was writing for, like, I think she wrote for the university newspaper and stuff, and then she was writing for a local paper who were wanting to look at stand-up comedy, and she'd always wanted to do it, but she was never brave enough until, as part of her job that she had to do on writing an article about stand-up comedy, she had to go and do it, and that pushed her into the stand-up comedy world. She also was a stripper, she was homeless, loads of stuff, and such an enlightening read, and it makes you realise that how differently, and also how much women are never leave when they go to seek medical treatment most of the time, but also how much longer it takes for women to get diagnosed with autism. I mean, I'm no autism specialist in the slightest, but reading her behaviours of when she was a child, I'm like, this was really obvious to me. And maybe that's because nowadays it is like we are more aware, but wow, you just feel like she'd been let down. I feel like had been diagnosed and given the support she needed. Anyway, despite all that, it's a really funny read. Heartbreaking at times, but she writes and deals with it through her comedy, so I highly recommend. That's a Strong Female Character by Fern Brady. So although it was a dark topic, it was much lighter than the last two I've just reviewed. Although William was good, it was light horror. Like, I can't even put it in the same, it's nowhere near in the same genre as Eric LaRocca. That's a whole other level of grotesque and disturbing. And of course I went to the charity shop. So look, I'm actually wearing it because I've got my jammies on. And I thought I can't spend half this vlog in my jammies. So it's just a big sweater. And it says, enjoy. Remember. I don't know what it says. Remember, always enjoy the little things. I mean, I don't know when I'm ever going to wear it. Probably slouching around the house. And, you know, like, working out in the garden and that. But I'd absolutely wear it outside with leggings and that, you know. Just, it's nice and bright. And then, you might have saw when I was in the charity shop, I did actually end up getting this cardigan. I've washed it, so it smells of, so it's a wee bit crimpled. But look at this cardigan. Oh, absolutely perfect for the summertime. It's lovely pastel vibes. So I did get that. I was trying to be good, but they were really, really cheap. Like, that was £3. It says me, it's on every penny counts, you know. So, yes, had a great weekend, tootering about the charity shops. Got some extra wool, yarn. I keep calling it wool, but it's not wool. Right, so it's yarn. Because I think the one they've got is acrylic or something, or it's a combo of acrylic and cotton, I can't remember. So I'm going to work a wee bit more on my crochet tonight and watch, because folks, finally finished season 14 of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And so need to wait for season 15, which I assume comes out at some point this year. I don't know when. I'll need to Google that. But I'm always too scared to Google when I'm watching when I was watching Real Housewives, because I was so far behind that I knew I would end up with spoilers. Anyway, I was on one of my friends on Instagram watches Real Housewives. I was like, okay, I've only done Beverly Hills. It's taken me a while. It's probably taken me since like 2020 when I started. So what one should I start next? And today I have started The Real Housewives of New York, which starts in 2008. So, I mean, not quite, but not far off, 20 years ago. So it does look a wee bit old at the start, but I'm watching that. So that might be me for the foreseeable, to be honest. As, you know, trash TV that just, I find quite, do you know what I find it? Really rich, privileged people, like, all fighting and getting jealous and that, right? And I know it's all petty and stuff, but sometimes you just need utter escapism from the world around us. And that's what The Real Housewives does for me. I don't watch any other reality TV, to be honest. No shade if you do. I mean, I do have some issues about ones where they don't look after them well, and when Big Brother puts certain people in the house, they really shouldn't be getting any airtime. But anyway, that's a whole other topic. But yes, It's my comfort watch, and I shall never be embarrassed by it, ever, to be honest. But if you watch any Real Housewives, let me know. Have you watched Real Housewives of New York? Have you watched Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? And actually, eventually, years from now, when I finish, eventually, because there are 15 seasons of the New York one, I'm only starting season 1. What should I go on to next? And I will try and remember this years from now, because it will take me a while, because I'm not, like, David refuses to watch it, so I only watch it when I've got my headphones on, tutoring in the kitchen on my phone, or he's out and I'm watching the telly. So on that note, I may be going to watch some Real Housewives of New York. It's really hard not to say Beverly Hills because that's all I've watched for years, and catch up on a bit of crochet. And then I shall be talking to you a little bit later about all the unnecessary pre-orders I made on Waterstones because it was a double points weekend. So we've come to an end in another weekend reading vlog, and I wanted to share, because I think I mentioned it previously, some of the pre-orders I got carried away with on Waterstones, because at the Easter, well, because it was Easter weekend, they had like their double points. So that's normally when I order pre-orders, because your double points count, but you don't pay for the pre-orders until they are published. And pre-orders are really good for authors, especially like authors who are maybe not that well known, because it helps booksellers, etc. know that there's maybe a demand for something, and then they'll make sure that those books get like showcased and things. So it's always good to do pre-orders, and I tend not to do it on Amazon, but no shade if you do, because it depends on what you can afford. So I'm looking over here because I've got it on my on the computer just to see. So I'll tell you of 4, and I can't even remember when they're out. Maybe I should click on them. Will it tell me? So although this one is already out in hardback, I didn't want the hardback because I have the other one in paperback, and the book is Somewhere Beyond the Sea by TJ Klune. So this is like, is it a sequel? Yeah, it's a sequel to The House in the Cerulean Sea, which is just a wonderful book. It's sort of fantasy, magical realism, but it's about belonging and connection and stuff, and I really, really enjoyed it. I've actually tried 2 more of TJ Klune's books and not really enjoyed them. But I did love the characters and the story in The House in the Cerulean Sea. So this is the paperback that comes out in September. So I've pre-ordered that. Let me know if anyone's read this one yet, because it's obviously out on hardback. The other one is Strange Houses, and this comes out in the 3rd of July in the UK. So this is a sequel to the book Strange Pictures, which I own. Have I read it yet? No! But I thought one of my friends has read it and really, really loved it, so I think I will definitely like it. And it says, the sequel to the breakout hit Strange Pictures is every bit as fiendish and disturbing as a series of floor plans hold the key to a sinister windowless room in a dark family tradition. So I actually can't remember, I have no idea what Strange Pictures is about. Actually, let me check. That's out just now, so I've got a copy of it. It says, offering a reading experience that is as eerie as it is unique. This magnificently macabre and fiendishly clever interactive Japanese mystery revolves around 9 bizarre pictures full of clues. So I better get reading that pretty soon, actually. So that's one I got. I've got the sequel. Have I read the original? No. Yes, I am that person. This one has been partly bought on pre-order because it's translated fiction and it's got a pink hippo on the cover. Called The Healing Hippo of Hinode Park. I mean, look at the cover, right? And it says, a magical hippo ride in a children's playground provides a set of strangers with answers to their dilemmas in this enchanting feel-good read from the author of What Are You Looking For is in the Library. So just that blurb, the picture, it's in paperback, I think. And that comes out on the 14th of August. Clearly I was looking for some translated fiction and a mixture of macabre and feel-good. Macabre? So did I say that right? Then the one and only hardback that I have pre-ordered is the new RF Kuang one, because I have read Babel, I can never know what way to say it, and Yellowface, and I love them both. Despite the fact that Babel is quite fantasy, but I liked the premise, and so I went with it and I really enjoyed it. Her new one comes out on the 26th of August and is called Katabasis. I have no idea what this is about. It's giving me Babel vibes with the cover, but it says, the best-selling author of Babel and Yellowface spins a sublimely dark and unputdownable tale of two rival Cambridge academics who must join forces on a rescue mission in hell itself. So this is dark academia Babel vibes, and I'm kind of here for it. I have actually no idea how big it's chunky. 400 pages. So excited about that. I think I might have ordered the special edition. Did I? Yeah, because it has a special edition with spreadsheets and it's signed by the author. So that might have been my wee treat. Anyway, let me know if any of these are on your radar. Do you ever pre-order? And if so, what was the last book you pre-ordered? And yes, hopefully as and when they arrive, I'll be showing you and reading them and reviewing them for you. But that is the only confession of the day. Then I wonder why I end up with double whammies when I order books and then forget I've pre-ordered them and then pre-order them again, which happened in last week's weekend reading vlog. Whoopsie. Can't guarantee it won't happen again. Anyway, thanks as always for watching, for liking, for commenting, and if you don't already, please do subscribe. And I will see you in another bookish video very, very soon. Cheerio!